So I am going to be doing my dishes. And then I've got 33 sit-ups to do. So I just finished my OMAD, my one meal of the day, and I had, it was so good. It was so good. So I had sourdough bread, and inside I had bacon. I had 2 pieces of bacon, and I have a little cast iron pan. I got it from the dollar store. And I put a little bit of olive oil in. I broke in 2 eggs, scrambled them up in a bowl, put them in here, and put in chili, put in oregano, put in all those spices, okay? And then I put a lid on it, and I cooked it slow. I cooked it on low heat, right? And it took a while, but oh my goodness, was it good. And it was perfect. It was perfect. And you know what? When I took the lid off and I turned it upside down, it literally fell out of the pan. So that was my one meal. And I'm enthralled with that cast iron frying pan. And it's cheap. It was like $1.15 from the dollar store. So I'm having to do my dishes. So I'm trying to organize. And I've got some sit-ups I've got to do, so yeah. So I'm going to wait until my food digests, and then I'm going to get my sit-ups done. So I've been sticking to my guns. I've been doing the sit-ups. And I don't know if you can see, but I can see here that I'm starting to tone out. And I had a ring around the rosy here. I had one of those, what do you call them? Extra tire. So I had it around this part of my body here. And it's going. So what I got to do is I got to find an exercise that will target that specific area. But listen, even my arms, right? I still have a little bit of hanging skin. I got to tone up, but you know what? Everything is coming into place. So I'm excited. I'm excited about, changing things in my life, changing my diet, not my diet. I've done that already, but changing my life and changing the things that are going to benefit me. No longer am I going to be, at the mercy of the trans fats and the sugars and things like that. And you know what? I've been doing it. And today being a long weekend, I was kind of thinking, maybe I deserve a treat. And I went over and I was looking at the cakes and the cookies and things like that. And I was thinking, maybe I could just have just one, like this one, right? And I didn't do it because part of my process here is when I think things like that, when I walk in a store and I'm thinking about, I see the cakes, I see the cookies, I smell the bakery, right? I smell it, that's it. I walk right on by. I really do. And I literally focus on how much money I'm spending. And that helps me because, the sugars and the trans fats and those things, they're expensive. They're truly expensive. They might taste great, but eventually it's going to wear on your health. So I walk right on by. So I had this craving for, sugar. I had craving for sugar. And I thought, I'm down to 100. I think I went down this morning. I think this morning was 127, I think. Or was that yesterday? No, that was today. 127. So think about it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. From 200 pounds. And I just started this. I had kind of pulled away from dieting there for a period of time. I was like, I've got down, and so I thought, well, I don't need to lose any more weight. And the first thing that goes on me is the boobs. The boobs. Everything else will stay, but the boobs go. They're the first thing that goes. So I was kind of thinking, I can handle, just eating normally, right? But I found that I wasn't feeling good. And I was starting to pack the pounds on again. So I thought, I got to start again. So I did, and I started, more focused on my exercise and things like that, and my proteins and breaded food. I'll tell you something. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. I went to the store, I had a craving, and they had breaded mushrooms. Oh, I love my breaded mushrooms. I always have. I love mushrooms, right? But the breaded mushrooms, the mushroom cats, and fried to a crisp, I love them. And I could just eat them and that's it, I'm full, right? However, I thought, I'm just gonna, just this one time, I'm gonna buy them. They were on sale, and I thought, I'm just gonna buy them. I brought them home, I cooked them up, I tried them, and you know the first initial taste, it's like, it should be like, God, that tastes good, right? Well, it wasn't. It was like cardboard. To me, it tasted like cardboard. So it's kind of like, I think you become addicted to the food with the sugars in it, the trans fat. I think that you actually become addicted to it, the taste, because I'm no longer addicted to it. Like, I stay out of the breaded section with all the breaded fish and stuff like that. I opt, if I'm going to have fish, I have salmon. Or I'll even have like a tin of tuna, and I'll open that up, mix it with some eggs, and I'll make a tuna, what would you call it? Cake? A tuna cake? Like a tuna muffin, tuna pie, whatever it's called. And I'll have that. And it's good. It's really good. Today, however, I had sourdough bread, and I wasn't going to. I was thinking, oh, geez, I'm doing so good. Like, is that going to take me over? But you know what? I don't think so. Because I make sure that the sourdough bread is real sourdough bread. There's no additives or preservatives or anything like that. So I felt okay with that. So I'll tell you tomorrow how that works, because my body tells me almost immediately if I have eaten something that's going to create inflammation. Almost immediately, I'll feel that swelling up around my belly. It's literally inflammation. I'm telling you, it's not. You're not gaining weight. You're not getting fat. It is your body saying, "Listen, I don't want that food. Don't give that food to me. It's making me sick." Yeah. So those are things that I am keeping very leery on. I stay out of those aisles. But I did make some gluten-free crackers the other day, and they were amazing. But I never had this issue before, and I'm honest, so I'm going to tell you straight, right? So cheese has this tendency to kind of, it'll wind you up, right? You know what I'm saying? Okay. So the other day I had gluten-free crackers. I made them, and they were so good. Oh, so good. I made oregano gluten-free crackers, and then I made chili gluten-free crackers, and then I even made some garlic. So I made a pack of them. So I had a lot. And like I said, when I make them, I love them. And I love my mozzarella cheese. I love my Old Fort cheese. I love, anything like that, right? And I love my pickles. So I was going to get a jar of pickles, but I forgot. Anyhow, so I was eating the gluten-free crackers and I was eating the cheese. Okay, so I might have overdone it a little bit on the cheese. So I was suffering. I was suffering. So I found there was a lot of inflammation. And I was wondering, like, Old Fort cheese, like it's fermented cheese, so it shouldn't make me sick, load it like that, right? But I guess different bodies will react to different foods certain ways. And that's one of the reasons why I follow the Ayurvedic type of diet. So my body, I think I'm a Vata. Anyway, I've looked it up. I think I'm a Vata. So there are certain foods that I can eat and certain foods that I can't. And the certain foods that I can eat will make me have that inflammation underneath my breast. And the other day I had it. I had that spare tire up here. I don't have it today. It's dropped a little bit. No, I don't have it today because I didn't eat cheese today. But I do love my cheese. But I'm going to have to limit it to a certain amount. I can't go over that amount. I think I can't remember what exact, if I can find it, I'll post it down below. I think it's Pitta, Vata, and there's two other body types, right? And for those body types, there's different types of diet. And I totally agree with that. Think about it, right? Certain animals will eat red meat. Certain animals won't. They'll eat the vegetables. They'll eat, like giraffes. Giraffes don't eat red meat. Giraffes eat vegetables. They eat the tree leaves and stuff like that, right? And then you have mountain lions, and they eat meat, right? So there's different different energies. There's different, what would you call body types. There's different energy types. And so I truly believe in that. And so I do follow that. But I'm really pleased. Like, I am pleased with how I'm looking, except for that suntan. Anyway, I'm really pleased with how I'm looking. I'm happy. I'm trying to get the camera so I can show you how much I've come down. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so here is where I had the inflammation. So when I eat something, and I'm not sucking it in. When I suck it in, it looks pretty good. like I can suck it in, right? But it's not sucked in. Okay, so this is flat. But when I eat like cheese, when I eat like a very sinewy red meat, if I eat anything that is breaded, if I eat white bread, if I eat, I don't have too much problem with white potatoes. I really don't, but I only eat a few. When I made my soups, I used to put a lot of potatoes in it, but I haven't made soup for, I don't know, about a month or so. So, and I don't really want to, because I don't like being stuck eating that whole pot of soup, right? I like to change it up a little bit. So, I am still trying to figure out how to make crisps with dates and things like that in it, the flatbreads. So I do make flatbreads, and the flatbreads I will make my own pizzas, I will make my own crackers, things like that, right? I mean, it's amazing, it's amazing. And I got this orange sauce. Wait till I show you. So there's a girl that I watch on TV, and she's a bohemian type girl. What the heck is her name? If I can find her videos, I'll post it down below. But she's bohemian. She loves the bohemian lifestyle. She has like, she sells bohemian clothes. She has a little store. She's from Denmark, I think. Beautiful accent, gorgeous redhead girl, I'm telling you, just a beautiful girl. Anyway, so I watch her videos, and she cooks sometimes, right? And I very intensely, because she's slender, good build, like good shape. So I watched to see what these people are eating, and she was eating. She makes like a flat, like I think it's a flatbread. She puts lettuce, and then she puts an egg, and then she puts like broccoli and food like that, and then she puts this sauce on the top. And I thought it was a hot sauce. Well, I found it in Loblaws. And she's from Denmark, yeah. And it's called the Big Red Sriracha Mayo Sauce. Now, I don't know if this is going to give me inflammation, but it hasn't so far, and I love it. It's hot, hot, hot. I love it. So what I did today, I have to brag about this today. So what I did today, I'm going to wipe the dishes while I'm talking. So what I did today is I made that egg. I made an egg kind of like a pie in that little cast iron frying pan. And I'm telling you, I put virgin olive oil in. I cooked it really slow with the lid on, this little tiny lid. And when I popped it out, that baby came right out. There was nothing stuck to the pan. I was like, oh my God, I'm like a chef. I did a really good job. Anyway, so I did that. And it turned out really good. And it tasted, oh my God, it tasted freaking amazing. I put chili flakes in it, I put garlic flakes in it, I put garlic in it, I put oregano in it. It was like to die for. I didn't put salt in it, I didn't need to, because I used the spices, right? So yeah, it was so good, it was so good. Anyway, so I wanted to tell you that you don't really need bread. Like, I didn't need the sourdough bread. I could have basically, what I could have done, if I was going to go like straight vegetarian or whatever, I could have had, well, not vegetarian, but without the white bread, not the sourdough bread, I could have got a lettuce leaf, and I think I've seen her do that, a lettuce leaf and some sprouts, and then the egg from the pan that I had, that would have been an amazing meal. But I'm thinking, I'm okay with that. I don't need to have meat and potatoes every meal. When I was younger, I did that because I was married. My husband worked hard. So, yeah, I did that a lot. We had bread and potatoes, or we had potatoes and meat and bread almost every meal. Yeah. And back in those days, I wasn't overweight. I had a high energy level, but I had 3 kids. 3 kids. Yeah, and they were pretty active. Yeah. So I wore the energy off, but I wore the calories off, right? So that was a good thing. Then I'm 63. If I eat like that, I'm going to be, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So enough was enough, and I thought, yeah, this is time to change my diet. But I'm telling you, I'm getting so creative. Like, I'm finding ways to cook my food that is tasty, is quick, is creative. I'm using a lot of spices, a lot of herbs, a lot of like spices, herbs, whatever you want to call it. I'm using like sprouts, right? So the other day I think I posted a couple of videos. I made my first attempt at sprouts. You know, they tasted so good. I love the taste of them. They have that earthy taste. Yeah. So I absolutely love it. However, mine did not turn out. Mine, it was longer than a week, and they hadn't sprouted. They really hadn't done much. There was a few that did, but I think I was overzealous when I put the seeds in. I think I might have put too many seeds and kind of like crowded it out. So next time if I attempt to do it, I will be vigilant, and I will make sure that I don't put too many seeds in, right? So, and I'd like to get one of those sprouting trays, and I know I had them. I had like 6, I had like 8, and my daughters came to visit, and my daughters are into the healthy stuff, right? And so they took them to sprout. I don't even think they do sprouting, but they took them because that's something they're interested in. So now I'm sprouting. I want to sprout, grow my own sprouts, and I don't have them. So I use jars, and the jars were, I think, they just weren't allowing the air to flow. I think if you put it on a tray, I think it works a lot better. So, and I think I actually crowded the oxygen out because I had too many in. So, and I was kind of thinking, I love sprouts. Oh, love them. So I want to purchase them. So when I buy my groceries, I was going to purchase. Well, this month I had too many bills, so I wasn't able to add extra to my budget. But next grocery shopping, if they're on sale, because they were on sale for like $1.99 for like a big box, right? And I don't need a lot, I just need a few. So I was thinking, I will get some of them, and I can incorporate them with my eggs. I could put it in my wraps. I could put it in my stir fries, right? And instead of having bread or potatoes all the time, I can use the sprouts. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. I'm excited about the fact that I'm learning to cook a different way. I'm learning how to cook food in a more creative way. Hang on. So, I have got many cookbooks. I have a lot of cookbooks. I haven't used them for years because I never had a reason to. Because basically, I cooked since I was like a young girl. Seriously. Well, no, I can't say that. I can't say young girl. I can say young woman. When I got married, my mother-in-law taught me how to cook. Like, seriously. That woman, she rocked. My aunt, she was a good cook, so I picked up a lot from her. My mom, she did teach me a few things with cooking, like pierogies. My mom taught me how to make pierogies. My mom could make the best pierogies. You have no idea. You would never leave the table with that platter. That platter would be empty before you left the table, I'm telling you. Yeah, so those are things that I learned how to make, but lately I've been focused on lighter meals, right? I have one meal a day. I can eat between 2 and 6 o'clock. That's OMAD. And you know what? It works. I wake up in the morning, I'm not hungry. I can do my 58 sit-ups in the morning altogether now. Yeah. I was a little surprised the other day, and I did do them all together at the same time. And I was a little surprised that I was able to do that. But today I was a little lackadaisical because it is a holiday. So I did 25, and now I'm going to do my 33, right? So after I'm done the dishes, I put everything away, swept the floor, I'm going to go and do do my sit-ups. Yeah. And there are a couple of exercises that I found online where you don't even got to do sit-ups, you know. You just do like the pelvic tilt, and you do it for like a minute, and it actually works your core. And I've already tried it. I seen there was a girl, I think it was on TikTok, and she was exercising, a little Chinese girl, and she had a group of other people in this group, and they were all doing like the pelvic tilt and things like that. But like, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. And I'm telling you, you feel it. You feel it. It tightens those muscles. Like, you don't have to go on the floor and do a sit-up with a big weight on your stomach. Just stand up and just, you exaggerate the moves, right? So let's see if I can show you without looking like an idiot. But does it matter if I look like an idiot? It doesn't matter, right? So it's like, you just exaggerate the moves. So you put your legs apart like that, and that's all she did. It's like the pelvic tilt. That's it. But you do it for like a minute, right? And so that strengthens that. So I'm excited about it because I'm telling you, I look at my body. I stand in front of the mirror naked and I say, I could use a little tuck there or a little bit of lift there, right? Yeah. So I know my body. I look at my body. I know I have to because I had skin cancer. So I have to be aware of anything that is taking place on my body. I have to be aware of it. If there's a mole that's getting big, if there's an age spot that is, starting to elevate, and I have a lot of those. They happen a lot to me. So anytime I see an age spot that elevates it, it's like that little bell goes off. And so I get out the iodine, put iodine on it, put a little bit of baking soda on it, cover it up. I don't know why it works, but it does. And I think it might be the salt, like the sodium. I think that's what it might be. I'm not sure, but all I know is it works. I had them all over my face. Like, and I'm talking like last year. I'm talking like at the start of this year. I had them. I have no more. And I think what was happening is my body was depleted of iodine. It was seriously depleted of iodine. Stress and anxiety and having all these issues that are taking place, not eating right, eating a lot of sugars. These things will affect your body in so many ways. And cancer is sneaky. It's sneaky. I told you this before in some of my other videos, is I had a cancer here, and I researched the hell out of it. I knew that there was something taking place in my body. This melanoma was dead. It was literally burned with the sodium, with the iodine, and the baking soda. And I think I also used dandelion root, okay? I went in, got it checked. Yes, it was cancerous. They said, okay, it's dead. I mean, it's black. We're going to scrape it off. So he scraped it off with a razor because it was literally lifted up from my skin. He scraped it off. He sent it away, and it was a melanoma, but it was no longer on my skin. And so he said, if it comes back, you come back in and we're going to deal with it then. So never came back at all, nothing. But I noticed that there was a funny feeling in between my small toe and the toe beside it. And it was like a dry, crusty type of thing. And I thought, fuck, like, what's that? Like, what happened? Right? I thought, like, what is that? Like, so I checked it. And it looked like a burn that had crusted. I hadn't put anything on my toes, but it was itchy and it was sore, and it eventually looked like a melanoma. So I treated it, bang, right away. Iodine, baking soda, over and over and over again. Changed the Band-Aid, put another one on. I have dandelion root. So I went when the dandelions were out this year. I went before they sprayed the pesticide, because they kill the dandelions, right? They call them weeds, but they don't realize how important they are. Anyway, so I got some. I ground them up. I put some coconut oil in with them, mixed it up, and put it in these little containers and froze it. And I use this for any lesions that are like getting really, really bad. What happens is, now this is my own experience. I'm not a doctor, okay? And anyway, this is me. This is what I do. And I might be a crazy little old lady. Anyhow, this creates apoptosis. It's a weed, okay? Anything that grows fast in nature can create apoptosis. That's how it procreates. That's how it literally will grow very, very fast, right? So you can use it to create apoptosis with cancer cells or with cells that, you want to magnify them. So when you get chemo, they use apoptosis to kill the chemo. But the chemo will also kill the good cells. It will kill the bad cells and the good cells by creating apoptosis, where the cells multiply so fast, poof, they explode, right? So dandelion does the same thing. Anything that is a root vegetable, that is a weed that grows very fast, that procreates very fast, will create apoptosis. So that's part of the holistic healing modality that I learned from one of the native groups that I belong to. And that was just in conversation. There was a fella that used to frequent the agency that I went to, and he was, I don't know if he was a healer, but he would go out in the bush and he would pick the herbs, and we spoke about that. So that's where I got that information from many, many years ago, right? And I have used it, and I keep dandelion, like I keep a container of dandelion and dandelion and coconut oil mixed together, okay, in my freezer at all times. I always have one. You never know. You never know. So that's just something that I do. So I've been called weird. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I don't care. You can call me what you want to call me. Crazy ladies, if I mean. Anyway, it's working for me. So I don't even know where this conversation was going, but I do know that I'm getting very creative with my cooking. And I think what I would like to do is I would like to learn how to cook with dandelions and to cook with, I think it's marigolds. Marigolds are really good, and I've tasted one. Or is it nasturtiums? The orange flowers, yeah. But I've tasted them. Yeah, I've tasted them. So I would like to learn how to cook with the things that are in the earth, the things that are already here, like cattails, okay? You can, a cattail is like, it's the root. You can eat that. You can cook it. Yeah. So I don't know how you cook it, but you can, right? So if the world goes to hell in a handbasket and all you have is a swamp, look for the cattails, because you can eat them alongside that fish that you caught that hopefully doesn't have like radiation burns. Anyway. Sorry, sometimes I get a little overzealous, right? So anyways, I got my dishes done. I'm going to go do my sit-ups, and I think tonight I've got some cleaning I've got to do. I've got to wash the floors. These are all things that are part of everyday life. It might be a holiday, but you still got to wash your floors. So I shall see you on the next video. The good Lord be willing. Namaste.